What's up, everybody? This is Soap from Rocket Punch Gaming, and what I wanted to do for this week's video, I wanted to do a top 5 of my favorite PS1 games. So I sat down, I made the list, I was like, alright, cool, I'm going to do this, I'm going to play all these games, you know, a couple hours a piece. I am going to write a rough script, and then I am going to do it, and then I'm off on Tuesday, I'll get it up on Tuesday. What happened instead was, I put Monster Rancher 2 in my PlayStation 1, and then I didn't stop playing it. So what I'm going to do instead is just kind of sit here and talk about why Monster Rancher 2 is my favorite PlayStation 1 game of all time. Now I know what you're thinking. Sean, Monster Rancher 2 is my favorite PlayStation 1 game of all time as well. It's the greatest game that's ever existed, ever. And then I would say, dude, like, totally, right? I mean, greatest game ever is kind of, like, exaggerating. But definitely my favorite PlayStation 1 game, like, to this day. I mean, I put it in my PlayStation to play it for like an hour, maybe 2, and then I played it for like 8 hours, and then I woke up the next morning and I played it again, and then I kept playing it, and now I'm still playing it right now, and I had to stop myself from playing it to record my voiceover of me playing it, to the point where I didn't even write a script for me playing it. I just want to talk about how much I like playing it. So I really like the game. But basically, for people who don't know what Monster Rancher as a concept is, ultimately what it works is like part Harvest Moon, part Pokemon. So you have a ranch or you have a farm, and it's your job to raise these monsters, to fight in tournaments, to go on journeys with, and all these other sorts of things. And another really cool component of Monster Rancher that really isn't present in a lot of other games, you put your CDs into the console, and then a specific CD will spawn a specific monster. And when replaying this game, there's one thing that I noticed. I don't own any fucking CDs anymore. I don't have any CDs, and most of my PlayStation 1 games I had to re-download digitally, like on my PS3, so I didn't have that many discs to actually pop into my PlayStation. So when it came time to summon some monsters, I had I only had a few options. So most of the games that I owned, so I still own like Final Fantasy 7, Lunar, Mega Man X4, Final Fantasy 8, 9. Basically, I still own RPGs. I own all of my old RPGs that I really, really like, and every single one of those discs is blocked right from the get-go. They spawn 2 rare of monsters. So I actually popped in my my brother's Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS soundtrack, and the second disc, whether it's red or blue, I'm going to show a picture of it right now, gave me this thing. The second I saw it, I knew I'm fucking using that. That is my monster. This thing is absolutely 100% horrifying. And if any of you guys who have watched the Sean vs. Sean Clash of Friendship for Price is Right knows it's all about butter, baby. So I took Butter back to my ranch, and then really what you do at that point is you put it through all these different training exercises, trying to level up its different stats. Obviously, each stat's a different stat. It's the stat things. But then every other month there is a tournament where you can rank up and like go up through the rankings. Obviously, can you tell I didn't write a script for this? Whatever, doesn't matter. So you level up, you feed it once a month, and it's just like you just get absorbed and just watching your monster do the nothingness. You can also send it away on erranty, which is a month-long process where your monster could potentially die, and it ended up that Butter was in the hospital for 2 months because it got beat up by like a rank S monster when it was like rank D. So if people don't know, there's a lot of letters in between those. But it also gives you the opportunity to learn new moves to use in combat. Now, the way that the combat works in this game is you're standing, 2D fighting style next to your opponent, and there are 4 blocks of distance, if you will. So depending on where you are, you can use specific moves. Every move consumes guts, so guts is kind of like TP or MP or AP or something like that, and gradually regenerates over time. And the idea is you just have a minute to either KO your opponent or just not get killed. And you would not believe how nerve-wracking it can be for you to land a couple of hits, and then you just kind of trying to like step back. You don't want to overextend yourself. You want to play it smart. You want to play it safe, but you also just want to knock them out because it's a fighting game, and it creates this crazy kind of pressure that you don't feel in a lot of other games. And that's really the only gameplay part of this game. Most of the time you're just watching your monster run around and occasionally throw snowballs at it because it wants to play with you. I remember that this was the reason why I wanted to get a PlayStation 1. I was always a Nintendo guy. I never owned a PlayStation 1 until the PlayStation 2 came out. So I had my SNES, I had my N64, and then my buddy had a PlayStation, and he had this game. And basically, it's all we played, like, through middle school. It's the only thing that we played. And then when the PlayStation 2 came out, I bought a PlayStation 2, I got this game, but it just wasn't the same. I ended up actually buying a PlayStation 1 just to play this game on, just because, taking the disc out, putting the other one in, closing it, waiting for the monster to come out, opening it up, putting the Monster Rancher 2 disc back in, and seeing what you got. It was just like, The experience was crazy. I even had to whip out my Goldberg memory card on my PlayStation 1 to play this on. I couldn't play it on my PS2. But Monster Rancher 2, I could go on and talk about this game forever, and I know I've said a lot of things without really saying that many things, but this game is unequivocally 100% my favorite PlayStation 1 game of all time. To the point where I couldn't even find an hour or two to play the other 4 games on this list. And I just sat there and played this all weekend. So Monster Rancher 2 is the greatest PlayStation 1 game of all time. Monster Rancher 3 eventually came out on the PS2, and I love that game too, but I've played that one recently, and Monster Rancher 2 is better. Monster Rancher 3's got more monsters, but there's something about 2. It's probably a big nostalgia factor for me because I spent so much time playing it as a kid, but I love this game so much. I'll get around to making the top 5 through 2 PlayStation games, but for now, this sits prominently at the #1 spot. Monster Rancher 2, Tecmo, make Monster Rancher 5. And if there already is a Monster Rancher 5, then make Monster Rancher 6. Make a PlayStation 4 Monster Rancher game. I want a new one. I want to be able to put Blu-rays in. I don't run any CDs anymore. I want more monsters. I need more monsters. I need more monsters! Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked hearing me ramble on about how much I like Monster Rancher, then go ahead and click on one of the annotations on your screen right now. It'll take you to some of our other videos. If you liked the video, always be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Rocket Punch Gaming, and let us know what types of videos you'd like to see in the future. My name is Soap, and we are signing off. Thank you so much for watching.